Good day, students. Praised be Jesus and Mary, now and forever. I am Sir Ace and I'm glad you're still eager for new learnings. But before we introduce our next module, let's look back what we have discussed from the previous module. What can you recall about the module 1? Would you like to share? Now, write on the comment box as many words or phrases that you can still recall from our previous session. Let's give you 15 seconds to do that. Again, comment as many words or phrases that you can still recall from our previous session. Your 15 seconds starts now. From the previous module, you will be able to know about the 4 curriculum exits. After reviewing your responses, I noticed that majority of this year's grade 12 students would like to pursue higher education. And that sounds great, because I think you're not having a thought that college degrees are useless. And that's for sure. If your interests are carefully assessed and well aligned with your future bachelor degree, well, that thing is called being responsible to your own decision. Are you ready to learn more about your career, students? You are now another step closer to achieving your career success. This module is entitled Discovering the Seas. Take it easy, students. I know you're excited to know what are the C's that you have to discover today. Just remember that it is a complex process that everyone needs to undertake in order to grow as an individual, may it be in life or career. Let's begin. I know you have no choice because this is recorded. So here we go. At the end of this module, you are expected to first identify the different lifelong skills that respond to the changing nature of work. Second, relate academic achievement to life and career success. And third, express appreciation on the relationship of academic achievement to life and career success. A strong relationship between academic achievement and life and career success has been identified in the lives of some of the most reputable personalities in the country. We were always told of someone's success story, and right now, you might be thinking of a name of that specific person, which you consider as a living proof that once were struggling academically and yet succeeded in life. However, I have to say sorry because we will not be thinking so much about them. This time, we will be focusing on your own success stories. Don't worry, students. You will not be writing a long narrative about your childhood memories. We fear we might trigger some traumatic experiences. You are just going to answer a few questions later. Now, as you attend to this synchronous home session, you will be presented with a video that possibly summarizes all your struggles. I want you to focus on every words that the video is going to tell us because this could be the start of your success story. Make yourself ready. And in 4, 3, 2, 1.
What's stopping you? Are you too tired? Didn't get enough sleep? Don't have enough energy? Don't have enough time? Is that what's stopping you right now? Don't have enough money? Is that the thing? Or is the thing that's stopping you, you?
Excuses sound best to the person that's making them up. Stop feeling sorry for yourself. Get off the pity potty. telling everybody your sad and sob stories, trying to get people to show up to your pity parties and your pity parades. If you ever see me in a Rolls Royce, a 6 or 7-star hotel, living my life to the fullest, don't get jealous of me, because I worked my ass off to get it. Nobody handed me nothing. Wake your ass up. Awaken the beast inside. It's game on. It's go season. It's time for you to take advantage of the access and the resources that you have in your country and your community. You got a problem with your life. You got a problem with your environment. Do something about it. If you want it, go get it.
Recognize the excuses are not valid. They're conjured up, they're fabricated, they're lies. And how do you stop the lies? You stop the lies with the truth. And the truth is, you have time. You have the skill, you have the knowledge and the support and the willpower and the discipline to get it done.
The fruit of everything good in life begins with a challenge. Everything is uphill that's worthwhile. And it's not going to come to you, and it's not going to fall in your lap, and it's not going to be something that, oh my God, it just was so simple. It's always going to be difficult.
If you want it, you gotta go get it.
This is your chance. This is your shot. This is your moment. This is your time. This is your place. This is your opportunity.
This is my time. This is my moment. Tomorrow. Ain't no such thing as tomorrow. We only got today. It's your dream. If you wanted to have it, get your butt up and make it happen. If you wanted to have it, rise and grind.
You still got work to do. Stay on that basketball court. Stay on that football field. It's grind season, homie.
What do you think about the video that was presented? If you can observe from the beginning of the video, it points out our common excuses. Excuses that we love to say when we experience failure. However, the message changes as it also shifted by presenting new perspectives. I hope you didn't miss that part. Well, actually, I also agree with you. Living in our present generation is not easy. However, will you also agree with me that your potential increases with every failure experience you have? You know what I think is that you have to agree, since the most painful events in life often give us the most valuable experiences and dramatic growth. With that, we can say the biggest challenge that we can predict in the future is something that is actually in front of us right now. It starts with letter C. I wish you are conscious of it. Let me give you another hint. The next letter is H. Try thinking harder. That's right. I am talking about the change. Yes, I can see that. E is the last letter of the word change. And that letter E doesn't tell us there is an end to all of these changes. Change allow us to experience more. That's right again. E stands for experience. And one day, you'll look back to your experiences and you will be proud of yourself that you have survived all these adversities. Without change, life is not life. In this activity, I want you to help me identify the things that are actually affected by the new normal we are trying to survive right now. Sooner or later, these things can also affect your future job or careers in general. Oops! Don't get me wrong, I am not threatening you. But if you feel some goosebumps right now, allow your fear to prepare you to the next challenge. Let's proceed anyway. Now let's have some fun. You listen carefully as I give you the mechanics. I know this is just easy for you. In this activity, we cannot do it together without the assistance of your advisor. For the synchronous session, your teacher may ask volunteers to participate by speaking on their microphone. I hope other learners will show proper behavior and listen when someone is asked to share their answers. If your advisor is good at using Mentimeter, Google Form Response Summary, or other similar online platforms, the teacher may do so to give chance to everyone to participate. For those who are using mobile phones, I know the font are too small, so allow me to read it for you. There will be phrases inside the box that will be shown once after the other. Each phrases will be displayed in 10 seconds duration only. The challenge is you are going to write on a sheet of paper the first 3 words that comes into your mind in each phrases that I will be showing to you. After the game, the teacher may use roulettes or any method to randomly choose 5 students and assign them to each box to share their answers. To add some fun, as each selected students provide their answers, the rest of the participants will comment bingo if they got the same words. The teacher may pause this video to allow the students ask for some clarifications. If there's none, let's proceed to start the game. Are you ready? You should be. Prepare your keyboards or any writing pads. In 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let the game begin. Stop! And now let's select 5 students. The first student will share his or her 3 answers to the first word phrase. The second student will share his or her 3 answers to the second word phrase. The third student will share his or her 3 answers to the third word phrase. The fourth student will share his or her 3 answers to the fourth word phrase. And finally, to the fifth student, you are going to share your 3 answers to the last word phrase. Teacher, I will now give you the time to facilitate the bingo word game. Now let's have some sharing activity. For this synchronous session, in every question, your teacher may ask 2 or 3 volunteers to share their answers by speaking on their microphone. I hope other learners will show proper behavior and listen when someone is asked to share their answers. If your advisor is good at using Mentimeter, Google Form Response Summary, or other similar online platforms, I encourage the teacher to do so to give chance to everyone to participate simultaneously. We understand that you've heard a lot of values needed to succeed in your academics. This time, I want you to think of traits and characteristics that stops a person from succeeding. In your personal point of view, what are the traits and characteristics you think will lead to academic failure? You can reflect your answer from your recent experience from the bingo game we had a while ago. We've been talking about failure and change. This time, let's focus on succeeding. So the question for you is, in relation to your chosen career, what are some of the skills needed for you to succeed? Before you share your answer to the class, state first your chosen career. If you're not decided yet, I think your chosen strand or academic track will do. In your opinion, what is the relevance of good academic standing to career and life success? I want to say thank you for participating. I may not be able to hear all your answers, but I'm confident that your advisor was able to give you chances to share your thoughts, feelings, and experiences. I just want to reassure that everything you've said was valid. I hope that you maintain respect after your classmates able to express themselves. Always remember this. What you shared in here stays in here. Unless someone is hurting you, you want to hurt someone, or you want to hurt yourself. Now, let's talk about the global labor workforce. With the rapid pace of technological advances in the global labor market, various occupations are continually being created. These demands open doors to numerous job opportunities today and opportunities in the future. In an article from the Society of Human Resource Management, 5 global trends affect the future of the global labor workforce. Ayan. Gina? Or dili pa? Okay. Bigyan natin ng chance na ma-discuss ito isa-isa. Now, let's start with the most sikat sa 5 nabanggit. Okay? That's right. Technology. Nowadays, we are faced with this challenge to shift from face-to-face teaching to distance learning. Malaki ang naitulong ng teknolohiya to make remote learning possible. Ang daming company ngayon ang nag-i-implement ng work from home. Other schools, in fact, are now looking into the future possibilities to integrate both face-to-face and remote learning in their new curriculum. Other new companies are trying to emerge these days, such as taxi online bookings, cashless payments, and now there are jobs that doesn't need to rent for a huge building to accommodate bulk of employees and customers. For now, they are known as small online business, which has potential to be the higher earning jobs in the future. We know that the changes in the labor workforce is not only limited to working online, but also offline. As you can see in the picture, helicopter pilot with a cameraman riding on it, trying to have a wide aerial view. That's 2010. Now, it is changed with, what do you think it is? Can you guess what I'm trying to describe in the picture? Okay. Other than drone, what other human labor could you imagine na natulungan or pinalitan na ngayon ng smart technologies? That explains the changing nature of work influenced by technologies. Now, as you ponder what future professions you wish to venture, it is best to consider these changes. Tingnan nyo tong next slide, taken from World Economic Forum. Try to observe the visual presentation. As you can see, we are now on the now, the fourth industrial revolution. Artificial intelligence is sometimes characterized as part of the fourth industrial revolution. Today, most economists agree the prior industrial revolutions ultimately benefited society as a whole, even though they did result in some losing jobs to automation in the process. Many make the case that this time will be different. Are you now worried? Yes, you should be worried already, because in the next slide I'll try to show you what nature of job that in the future can be automated. According to the Oxford study, the jobs that are not automatable in the near future are ones with tasks that relate to this computerization bottleneck. First is perception and manipulation. That includes dexterous manipulation of objects or tools, finger or manual dexterity, or the necessity to work in cramped spaces, awkward positions. Creative intelligence, such as creative problem solving or arts. Next is social intelligence. Example, understanding others' emotions, negotiations, okay, persuasions, or assisting and caring for others. By filtering out jobs that involve such tasks, the Oxford study arrived at the number that currently 47% of US jobs are automatable. Note that this is not an estimate of how many jobs will be lost to automation, just how many jobs can be theoretically automated. This table shows the impact of automation on jobs. The percentage on the left column represents how much time is automatable for different jobs. This is the percent of time spent on activities that can be automated. In this table, pinapakita sa atin that the higher the percent of time spent, the highest likability that the job is automatable. The job most susceptible to automation are the ones in data keeping, tulad ng record clerks and office assistants. Another is low-level customer interaction, such as hotel or travel booking, cashiers, at ang mga food service workers, and other jobs with predictable and highly routine tasks. Ito ay ang mga assembly line workers, dishwashers, and drivers. Workers who perform non-routine tasks will rely on artificial intelligence to do the job for automatically generating reports or picking top mails to read. Okay? So, yun lang yung kagamitan ng artificial intelligence for those kind of jobs or nature of job. No? Right now, I think every one of us are receiving bulk of emails already since the online classes began. But it doesn't mean the computer will do your assignments for you or make a decisions for you. It's still you that you have to do it, but ang kaya lang yung maitulong sa'yo ng artificial intelligence is to organize things, to sort out things, and which are probably routinary. Okay? Actually, I focus my discussion on this technology because among the 5 global trends affecting the global labor workforce, this is also true to different countries. Technology is both directly and indirectly affects the growing demands of workforce in every company. At ito pa, with this technology, it greatly affects our work attitudes and values. Lalong-lalo now, we become more technology dependent every day and every minute. And it brought us great challenge to work harmoniously with diverse employees, which comes from different generations and race. There are actually Filipinos who are here in the Philippines yet working for other countries via online, lalo na kapag selling and working with data lang ang nature ng trabaho. Okay, let's try to discuss a little about other 4 global trends affecting global labor workforce. Not only in these trying times, more than ever, companies try to cut on cost and save resources. If you're the owner of the company, or maybe an employee who understand the economic problem of the company, sabihin natin close kayo ng boss mo, what are you going to suggest if kulang ang income ng company, yet you need other people to do other minimal company tasks? Try to think of a suggestion. Actually, one practice by which they are able to do or to solve this problem is by outsourcing. Outsourcing is getting portions of work done through outside suppliers rather than completing it internally. Again, ito yung definition ng outsourcing. Okay? Outsourcing is getting portions of work done through outside suppliers rather than completing it internally. The call center industry is an example of an outsourcing practice that continues to expand in the country. Another is the changing workers' attitude and values. Different generations exhibit different qualities, different attitudes, and different values. Recent years have focused on striking a balance between work and life. Ika nga, we all react uniquely to life situations. That is because we have different ways on how to make our life simple. Pero paano nga kung magkaiba kayo ng attitude and values ng workmate mo? What happens when your way of solving problems is different from your groupmates? That's right. Naturally, it creates conflict. Now, how are you going to solve a problem within a problem? That's difficult. Actually, you don't need to be friends with all the company employees, okay? However, I'm not saying that don't make things work out. Just learn how to deal with your individual differences and get along with them. So, in looking for a job, wherever you are, always choose a boss that is good for your mental health. In that way, you can attain a balance between work and life. Demographics and diversity is also the same with changing workers and attitude. Demographics, as we all know in research, it refers to particular characteristics of a population. If changing workers and attitude focus more on the employee's individual values, this time for demographics and diversity, it focuses on the general culture. In the next 10 years, 6 generations, traditionalists, boomers, Gen X, Gen Y, Gen Z, and Gen Alpha will be working together. Now, different generations must be able to capitalize on their tools while working harmoniously with one another. When you become the company owner someday, to increase your employees' performance is not to focus on their weaknesses. Rather, identify their strengths and let them utilize it in your company. Okay, let me discuss first the globalization before we proceed to the 7 C's. Supposedly, yung tanong ko is why your parents choose to work abroad. But I think it's more appropriate to ask, what makes you think you want to work abroad? Or what makes you want to expand your business on an international scale? Some companies are on a 24-hour operation scheme to meet the demands of their clients and the global market. Simple as it is, the reason is to get work done and meet the company demands. The client demands, your parents' demands, and of course, your own personal demand. So, those are the 5 global labor workforce. Now, let's talk about 7 C's of lifelong skills. To be able to succeed in both life and career, you should propel yourself with lifelong learning skills. These skills will guide you in adapting the ever-changing demands of life and work. We will not take a look at each one of them, for I know some of them are self-explanatory. And since you've chosen to continue to learn this year, if you keep that interest for learning to yourself, that tells us you are on the process of acquiring those skills. Bakit ko ba ito sinasabi? Wala naman akong evidence that you have these skills already. Let me tell you why. This is the main reason why we continue to learn. In life, it is important to have a discerning eyes. An eye that should be able to see the flaws and errors and decide on a solution. With this, education is important. Second, another reason why I do believe you have creative skill is that you have been exposed to many contests and never fail to exhibit your talents and skills. Surely, that also helps you excel academically. I also believe that in this world of new normal, you understand how social influence helped you before. To learn and work with others in order to survive. It is important that we recognize and accept others' perspective too. Fourth, another fact I know about you is that you recognize how you are different from others, and that the same understanding is what you want to give to others too. Fifth, right now I am trying to convey some message, and the fact that you are able to understand the language that I use, and you try to listen to what I am saying. This means you are also purposefully getting the real idea of this presentation. Sixth, I know you are more advanced in using smart technologies, and you can easily get the steps and procedures in its manuals and instructions. In fact, even without manuals, you use your curiosity to learn how things work. And lastly, I do believe that you now realize these are the things that still need improvements. Redefine and reinvent yourself. This means being able to develop yourself by managing change and adapting to it. This time, it is important to know what we have understand. Okay, so let us know what you've learned today by answering the learning assessment. So what you only need to do is to look for it and then read the instruction on how you're going to answer the form and submit it on time. Okay, so after this, do not forget that this is required. Okay, so kailangan masagot nyo lahat ng homeroom outputs. So I would like to remind you also, for those who are not able to submit their module 1 outputs, please submit it. After every homeroom session, you are provided with Google Forms for evaluation. So take note that we have two versions of evaluation. One is for your advisor and another is for you, students. Okay, so please read carefully, identify the forms that you are trying to open, if it is for you or it is for your teacher. Okay, so please be mindful of that. Okay, and now we're done with our Module 2 for Career Guidance Program. Thank you for being with us. I am Sir Ace, your Student Development Facilitator for Senior High School Bahada Campus. Again, thank you for being with us today.